Okay, welcome. Thank you very much, guys, for your time. Let me introduce myself. My name is Haris from Global Youth Network, University of Pancasila Tegal. So we are a group of students that want to learn in English, and then today we have our program called Speak Up, right? If I say Speak Up, you guys say speak more, be confident. Okay?
Okay.
Speak up.
Speak more, be confident.
Okay, good. Okay, guys. So this session it's for making us learn how to speak in English. So we will discuss some of topics, but first I have to bring some of topics that I will deliver today, and then in the second part we will have some like a question, which is each of you have to ask to me about the topics. Do you still get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I get it.
So yes.
Yeah.
And then this is not a stage for judging people. So this is not about like what is right and what is wrong. It's not about that. This is about your performance in speaking English, right? And so that you can getting know yourself more deeply. Okay, you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so today I will bring topics about Pareto's law. Do you know what is Pareto's law?
No.
No.
So okay, I'm gonna explain. So Pareto's law, it's a terms where 20% of things it's make very significant effect in 80% of result. So you are doing like 20%, but you have the result like 80%. So it's came from, I'm gonna search. Sorry. So it's from Vilfredo Pareto. He's like a scientist from, I think it's Italy. Okay, so he's from Italy. Sir Vilfredo Pareto in a one 1000 1896. So um, he doing some like research in some of like a cellar in a peanut cellar in Italy back then. So he found like a pattern. The 80% of the distribution of the peanuts, you know peanuts, right?
Yeah.
Kacang. So the seller, they did 80% of the distribution of the peanuts. It's from 20% of seller, and then he also doing some research in other things. 80% of the people that have land in Italy back then, it came from 20% of people that rich. And then we found all of this pattern in this universe. For example, I'm gonna show you like maybe you can found in a country like Indonesia, right? I'm gonna make some like explanation here. So I'm gonna make some illustration of. Sorry, it's not perfect, but okay. So this is like 20%, right? I think it shows, and then this is like 80%. Okay, so 80% of people, they including like government and like president, the people that make a decision, and then the 80% is only followers, like us students. We don't make it like we don't make like some policy for the country, but we follow the rules, and then in a more narrow, do you know narrow?
Sempit.
Yes, in a more small or narrow organization, like in a class, we only have like a few students that being a part of organization, like leader and then secretary, all right? So in everywhere, it's only like 20% the one who makes like the decision, and 80% of them is like follower. It's also represent in a Pareto's law, which is 20% of things it's make 80% of results. Why we have to understand this? Because I want to show you guys. So we can implement this pattern for our productivity. For example, if we have very complex problem, what do you think if you have very complex problem? First, do you think about the solution? Do you think how to solve it, or you are overthinking it?
Overthinking
Really?
first.
Can you explain to me like what's something that make you like what is the most question?
What makes me can overthink?
Yes. When you are overthinking, and what's the question that popping up always like the most?
Maybe if we have a big problem like that, and I became an overthinker because I afraid if my apa ya
Gak apa.
if
Kalau
my
bahasa
if my solution is wrong like that.
So you think about the scenario, if it's good or no, like that, right? What about the others? Do you have any answer? What's the most question if you are overthinking?
Usually when I have a problem, I end up thinking more about the problem than actually solving it, and that wastes a lot of time, obviously. And so, by the time I have a deadline and I'm really close to the deadline, I basically make myself suffer more because I keep overthinking about it and having very little time to actually solve the problem.
Oh, so you think it's like loop, right?
Yes.
Like there's no there is no like something that finishes.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? Do you have any answer?
If I have a big problem and overthinking, I think about how to apa namanya?
Solve it. Ya nggak apa, kalau mau buka itu nggak apa. So
Lama nanti, maaf.
pakai bahasa Indonesia, kalau terjemahin nggak apa. It's okay.
Bentar.
It's okay. Big problem.
You hold it.
Bentar.
Hold on.
If the problem not apa ya?
Can you change the camera, sir?
Oh yeah.
Oh iya, nggak apa, lanjut.
Sir,
If the problem
Not enggak ini sebentar. Maaf.
Okay, maybe you can say that later. It's okay,
Yeah.
or you found it now.
See it later.
If it's too deep, okay,
Okay.
take your time.
If the problem doesn't affect me, I think more about how to avoid the problem than how to solve it.
Okay, so it's came from like the mentality. You were afraid if you have like lame mentality. You know, lame, like you're not strong. Like it's like bad mentality because every there's a problem, I'm gonna hide it like that, right?
But if the problem not affect me,
Okay.
if a problem affect me, I think to solve it sih.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's in a mentality. So do you know, guys, like all of your problem that it can solve by if you are by implement Pareto's distribution. Do you know the logic or no? You don't know the logic, right? Okay, I'm gonna explain to you. So sometimes we to overthinking to think that. Okay, I'm gonna show this picture. Yes. So I think you can read it, right? It's low resolution. Okay. Sometimes we to overthinking to ourselves. That makes us to think we have to finish and we have to fix it like 100%, right? But the paradox, human is not perfect. You cannot be finished like 100%. That's totally the misunderstanding of people. You don't have to focus on 100%. Just focus on the 20%. So what is the 20%? The 20% is the things that very crucial. Very crucial. That's the core of the problem. And then it's the things that the point of the problem. It could be a person, it could be an idea, it could be something like little things, and then I think that's all. So you have to focus on the 20% of the solution. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you. I'm a student of information system, right? And then for now I'm in a sixth semester, and then I have a few projects that I make. The first one is I make like a system for calculating how many if the faculty wanted to make some new registration for students, like how many the quotas. So that system is very complicated. So I have to doing like statistics, I have doing like AI integration and everything. But I'm not thinking that very difficult. I'm just focused on 20%. So what is my 20%? The first one is the documentation. Before I go to code, I make like very specific and details about the documentation, like who's the users. I know it's a standard in the making of program, but this little thing is very help me. Like I'm focused on 20%, which is the documentation, and then the data point of the problem, and then the UI UX, so that I can know where is the navigation. And then, because I make myself focus on that 20%, which is the things that are very crucial, I don't overthinking it like, what if this have a bugs, what if it, blah, blah, blah. I don't think about it. But then I have 80% result, which is that usually if you are making that kind of program, you will finish in like 3 months. But then I only focus on crucial things. I finish like in 3 weeks, 3 weeks or 2 weeks. That's for me. It's very significant amount. If I'm look to myself that not very good at coding, so I utilize AI. AI also 20%. So 20% is the things that make you easier. It's like leverage. Do you know leverage? So this is leverage. So if you press this and then this got lifted up, right? Lift up. But so leverage is the things that make your work is easier. Without you have to put a lot of results. Okay, another example. Can you give some explanation for me? If the case is in a campus, for example, your lecturer have to tell your lecturer told you like, hey, can you inform to your friends to collect the ID, maybe like the ID. Do you have any analogy for implementing this Pareto's law? Maybe each of you.
I think the closest example I can give is it's very similar to Mr. Harris's example. We are given a task by our lecturer
Mm.
is to make a website within a month. And the problem is most of the students in my class
Mm.
they don't know how to make website
Yes.
whatsoever. And so that's kind of the problem we're tackling right now.
Okay, but I'm asking like, this is my scenario. I give you the scenario, which is, I'm a lecturer,
Mm.
and you were a leader of your
Oh, yeah.
class, and then I'm asking you, can you collect the ID?
Oh,
of
what's my
students?
solution?
And then what is your solution
Oh,
by implementing this?
ID, like, do I make like a website or
No, ID like it's like a card,
Card.
Oh, like card
or
ID.
information or anything.
Um,
What is your solution by
if
implementing this?
if my lecturer told me to collect people's ID, I would just tell them to, hey,
Imagine if it's like COVID, like there's no people.
COVID.
Yes.
Oh, no one. I would, if it's online, I would tell them to maybe send it to my,
Account?
yes,
Like-
my account. Like
Okay.
maybe I make a Google form or something, or if they want to DM me in my WhatsApp or something, and they could just send it to my account.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, give applause. That's a good one. You know, how many your effort within you were walking to your friend's house. Then other than you were
Oh,
telling in a group like, hey, can you collect and then by sending this to my account, blah blah blah.
very low effort
Yes.
compared to.
That's 20%. So it's it don't have to be very formal. Sometimes it could be like little solution. It's 20%. So after this, if you were walk to your home, and then you found like a big problem, don't think about how to finish like 100%. Just start from little things like 20%. What is the 20% things? Which is what is the most crucial things first, and then how to solve it. Sometimes it's very easy. For example, like this. We have a problem with the microphone, so we cannot use the microphone. But then we record with our phone. It's 20% things, right? So I think you got a point. So after you know the crucial things, you have to make priority. What is priority? So the things that's important, and then there's more important in that's important things. For example, if you were in a group, so the first one you have to make sure your phone is on charge, right? Like have a fully battery. So that's one of the examples. But today I would like to share you that things, and I hope can make you this can make your listen in English very good, and then this can make you can make more good solution in your daily productivity. I think that's all. May, if you have any question, you can ask to me. Okay, it's up to you.
I think I'm good.
You good? What about you?
She first.
Okay.
Hold
I
on.
think
I think
I already told you to write something because you have to ask, right? And it's because it's for
Yeah.
train you speaking English.
Maybe how to think the crucial point of the problem if we have the problem pasti
Yes, you can speak in Bahasa. Also.
yeah we must think we must overthink about that. So how
to fix it, right? Like how to find the crucial.
yeah
Okay. Others questions?
Hold on. So first.
Okay, I'm gonna explain that you can. Okay, so there is no basic rules. There is no formulas for found what is crucial. The crucial thing is because every people problem is very subjective, right? Sometimes it's the problem is about information. Okay, so okay, I think I found like a little criteria, which is if you want to found this crucial, you have to know what next about what's next about the problem. For example, okay, what is the core of the problem? For example, the lecture, our example, right? The lecture, I'm the lecturer. I wanted the ID of the student, which is I want the information, right? So basically, I don't want the idea. I just want the information, and then he used technology for giving the information. So you have to know exactly what is the problems, right? Just define it first. In bahasa is like intinya apa sih gitu loh, right? That's in bahasa. Like the most point. What is the most point? Oh, it's information. Okay, if it's information, maybe I can using like letters, paper, but it's very old. But then I can use it in my phone. So that's so you have to know the crucial point. The problem within people that very overthinking because they even have not found the point of the problems. But you are thinking about the solution. It's very funny, right?
Yeah, I get
It's like you were in motorbike, and then you found your tires. It's flat, deflate. Your tires, you know, the wheels.
Rantai.
No, the wheels.
The wheels.
Roda.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
roda.
deflated. So you cannot go around because compass, right?
Okay.
Itu bisa ditulis tuh deflate. Deflate. Yes,
Okay.
compass, right? But then you think the problem is on a mirror. You think you found the solution and then you overthink, oh, this not work, and then you go to other things. But the problem is on a tire, on the wheels. That's because people misunderstanding the core of the problem. So I think for answer that you have to found what's the point of the problems. Like this is about what? The example of me and him it's about information. So okay, information we can using by there is psychology. Okay. Do you have any question?
Okay. Who is determined that Pareto's law, and is it based relatable survey?
Oh yes.
And does
okay.
it always work?
Oh yes. So if you're talking about this, we talk about science, which is this pattern. It's relatively always happens, right? In every our daily life. The ones who bring this very viral, it's very popular. It's like scientist called Joseph Juran. This one, maybe this, but I don't know the face. but yeah,
Okay.
because I found this. I think this one. Oh. Okay, this one. Okay, so he's the one who make it very popular. Pareto's principle: you generally spend 80% of your time. Okay, we know like 20% of effort can make very significant amount, like 80% of result. But then you also have to realize, maybe if you were solving a problems and then you're not fixing it, maybe you were doing the 80%, which is you will make 20% of result. So just think about it, right? After you do like, okay, this is very difficult, and then you spend like a day. Maybe it's not about the things that are difficult, but the way you do it that makes you very difficult. For me, if I have a problem, I'm just thinking about this, like what is my 20%, what is my 20%, which is it's happened in this session, which is we have problem with the microphone, but then we're using phone for recording, so it's solved. It's like 20%. Okay.
Okay.
It's solved. It's answer your question.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all, guys.
Yeah.
That's all for our first episodes. And okay, for next time, there's also a guest or speakers here, but we're not gonna give the information first because we will make a surprise. Maybe each of us can speak here. And then, if you also wanted to speak like this, you can go comment in below. Can you make the camera? Can you make the camera close to me? Okay. Okay, guys. I'm talking to you to follow Global Youth Network. The link in the description, right? And then thank you very much. Okay, if I'm say speak up, you have to speak more.
Be
Be confident. Okay, that's good. Speak up.
Speak more, be confident.
Okay, thank you very much.